Good morning, guys. Our topic for today is about Microsoft Word basic tools. As to start, we need to open Word documents. You may choose blank documents or browse a template that's right for you. Blank or unformatted documents are the best to use at the stage of instructions. The blue column on the left side, your most recent saved files. You may select one of these to resume work on your saved documents. For the beginning, we need to identify each of the parts of the very first page. As you can see, the red lines, the cursors are pointed and identified. So basically, the drop will have the cursor, the page itself, the margins, the scroll bars, and the zoom, how big you want to see it, the type of read modes, and the page and the word count in each of the page. Next is the quick access toolbar. We have a quick save, undo, redo, quick print, print preview, new document, and customize toolbar. You may add frequently used tools to your quick access by right clicking the tool button and selecting add to quick access toolbar. Next to that is the home toolbars, which is commonly known as the very basic type. We can actually use uh, the clipboard, the font size, the font name, the automated case, clear formatting, the text color, the highlight, even the text effects. We have subscript, superscript, we still have strike through, underline, italic, and bold, which are all belong to the home toolbars of font style and clipboards. And all of these responding to each one of these, they have their own shortcut keys, which will be discussed later on the next presentation. The third one is the home for formats and paragraphs, where you can see the bullet list, the numbered list, the multi-level list, increase or decrease indentation. You can also have a table drawing tools, line spacing, where you can actually align through left, right, center, and justify. The next slide shows you the editing tools, which you can find, replace, select any word that you're about to edit. Now, you know your basic tools. You can ignore the stylus presets right in the home toolbars for now that can cumbersome to customize. We want to change something in the other part. As to the next is the insert and add media. This one is quite interesting. You can actually have a screenshot by clicking this icon. You can have an add preset page cover, or you can have a blank, or even create or add a page break chapter of your subheading. Then you can create tables or columns and rows, insert image, save to your computers or online, add shapes such as arrows, and add infographics. The next slide, still part of the insert media, you can insert a Wikipedia content, an online videos, or you can even bookmark the portion of the selected text, add headers, footers, numbers, add or manage apps. You can even link text to outside source, which is a URL, or you can create a hyperlink of your text for a reader reference, subjection, and legal documents. And you can add a comments to the multi-reader editing or delete. Next to that is you can add or move text. You can customize. You can simply add a signature or timestamp of your document. You can even open or add a symbol of math minutes. Embed SWF, files for sound clips, throughout your text. And you can add another file or document to your current document. Add an epigraphics, letter or words begins your article or chapter. Automate formats templates such as recurring stylus text are also included in this part. Now let's go to the layout options. First, we need to determine the dimension of the page. What sort of size? Is it legal? Is it A4? Those sort of things. Short, long, A4, A3, A5. Now we can even divide the text into columns. How many columns you want? 1, 2, 3. Basically, there's no column if there's one. There should be at least 2 or 3 columns. And you can even insert a page break within that page or whatever you want. You can manually adjust the spacing before the paragraph after each break. Your menu listing names of image files that appears in the document for quick tagging. You can align, groups, or rotate images. You can either position an image or text, select tiles or wrapping if you want to have these documents to appear in your page. You can manually adjust the dimensions of the indentions. You can number each of the text and hyphenate each line. You can portrait or landscape the orientation. If you want it to portrait, you can simply have traits stand out. If you want it lying down, it's something like a landscape. Under the margins adjustment of the print in inches, you can have it 0, you can define it, you can have it 1 by 1, or whatever size that you seems fit for your document. Next to that is you can add tables and image for your tab menus appear in which various tools. They will be highlighted and non-colored coded as shown. To stick up the basic agenda, we will skip these accessories now. We will go forward to the next slide. References and works cited. You can insert a footnotes or an endnote. You can add or manage sources. You can add a link index item. You can formatting setting for legal documents. You can add a preset formatted table of contents, which is not included in the previous version of Word. You can jump to the next footnote in your next text. Add formatted bibliography, which is not also included in the old version of Microsoft Word. Display the menus of all the notes. Hyperlink portion of text. Insert a caption between images, which is actually quite good. Next is we can have the review and edit. You can always check the spelling and the grammar every time you just simply click it. You can always define a word by highlighting and then clicking this button. We can find synonyms for the words used to open throughout the documents. We can either translate and adjust the language settings, which is not also included in the old version of Microsoft Word. In this case, you can track the changes throughout the creation of editing your module. It is very useful. Let's say you edited your old documents and then you're now going to edit it. You want to track the changes that you have done in the previous one. This is a very useful tool. You can track the changes of the previous one that you have created and then apply it to your second one. Now you can actually accept or reject changes that you made by other editors. Let's say you have a shared document provided given to the other one. You can either accept or reject those changes that they have made. You can compare and combine revision of the same document. Let's say from the previous one, you wanted to combine it to the second one, and then you can able to combine them. Control editing capabilities, which is the privilege and not a right. The second one is the view options. You can read the documents for a PDF or an EPUB file. You can edit a document as it looks like when it's printed. You can actually see the next slide, which contains at least 17 of them. You can show the ruler, the guidelines, the navigation pane, which spatial relation on the page. You can split or add documents between and toggle each. You can arrange or split windows or synchronize rolling. You can automate frequently used tracks by creating the series of commands and instructions, which is for the high-end user of this. You can toggle between document. You can view the document 1 or page 2, and time adjust page width. Magnify to broaden your view of the document. Navigate your document with a quick searches. Draft returns, and then post the text. You can edit the documents as it's like were printed. Now, let's go to the outlining. It's a simple way of creating a list of taxonomy. We can have a quickly refer to each level of your list. When this is checked, it shows the stylus design rather than the normal text format, which looks more like the text in the explanatory caption. You can insert the documents into a created documents portion of outline. When this is checked, it shows that it's only the level of selected and the higher level of the documents. You can start typing your first, second, and third line. On to the next slide. You can have a problems with a multi-user comment. It is difficult to manage or delete comments from the Insert tab. Instead, you can delete user comments on the Review tabs. And the last slide is yung problem with the track changes. This is what the track changes looks like. The blue is unedited text, while the cross-out red has already been deleted by the editors, and the underscored red, which on the left is deleted, or in which the editor choose to replace the previous one. Hopefully, you learned something from my topic for today. Our next discussion will be the typical part of that. See you soon. Hope you could able to enjoy this, and goodbye.